Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, Practical Rebel, and welcoming all of my practical rebels to our call today. We have a card from the Native Spirit deck by Denise Lynn. And let's just take a moment to kind of settle into right here, right now. So some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Peggy. And good morning to whomever else has popped on. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Welcome, welcome. Just settling into right here, right now. Good morning, Linda. Welcome. Hi, Cindy. Glad you're here. Just kind of settling in, shaking off last night. Good morning, Holly. Glad you're here. Warming up a little bit if you've been outside. With the wind chill, it's like -1 here. So brisk, brisk. This card deck, I really like it because I think, good morning, Carolyn, glad you're here. I think it helps us tap back into aspects of ourselves that we've kind of let drift given our current lifestyle. So we don't follow the moon as much as we used to. We don't check in with the sun and the stars. We don't even oftentimes pay much attention to the turning of the seasons, which really in the past was a primary guidepost for people. So here's an opportunity in the Native Spirit deck for us to tap back in more so to being in touch with nature and trusting that kind of guidance. So first deck you purchased after the first retreat at my place. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love this deck. And if those of you who don't have it, who would like to get it, you can get it through Hay House. It's hayhouse.com. And they oftentimes have sales on their card decks. I believe they just had one, so I'm not sure when they would do that again. But you can kind of keep your eyes open and see when that runs past again. So a couple more nice deep breaths. And here's our card. Isn't that a beautiful card? Dream Traveler. Dream Traveler. My dog is snorting behind me. I could sit here for a couple of days, don't you think? So let's see what the message is for us. Dream Traveler. Card meaning, you are a channel for spirit. Trust your intuition, hunches, and gut reactions. This is a visionary card with the message that you're on the right path, even if it doesn't always seem like it. So in other words, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Your higher self and spiritual guides, ancestors, and guardians are watching over you and supporting you. I love this next line. You are blessed and you are a blessing. Think about that. If we walked around and said to ourselves, I am blessed and I'm a blessing, would not things likely go differently in terms of how we see the world, interact with others, etc.? You are blessed and you are a blessing. You are a dreamer in the most wondrous definition of the word. Your native spirit wants you to know. In earth-based tribal traditions, people looked to those unique individuals who had the ability to journey during their nocturnal dreams to bring back wisdom and guidance for the tribe. The dreamers were able to step through sacred portals in the night to commune with those on the other side. You carry the energy of the visionary, healer, and seer. Watch your dreams. Messages from the Creator are flowing to you. The journey. Before going to sleep, place a journal next to your bed. Most dreams are forgotten within less than 10 minutes, so it's essential to record them as soon as you can upon awakening. When the Dream Traveler card chooses you, it's essential to watch your dreams. Profound and even life-changing messages can come through. So, a couple other options in terms of the remembering of your dreams. One is when you go to bed, say out loud, tonight I remember my dreams. It's making a declaration, it's setting an intention, and your subconscious mind is more likely to cooperate with that then. When you awaken, even if it's in the middle of the night, and don't deny snippets of dreams, even if you don't remember the whole thing. Well, I know it was this huge elaborate dream, but all I remembered was this little snippet. Good morning, Deb. Glad you're here. write down the snippet, capture that snippet. You may think, well, what good's that going to do? It was like this huge elaborate dream and all I got was this one little piece. Things repeat. Good morning, Lucy. Glad you are here. So over time, if you grab a bunch of those snippets, together they're going to help you understand things. And even within the snippet, you may gain some understanding. So write down even the little pieces of dreams that you have that you recall. Again, do it as soon as you wake up, because you'll think, oh, that was such a powerful dream. I'll remember after I get back from the bathroom. No, you won't. For the most part, you won't. It'll as we start moving around, it dissipates. So another way you can do it is, rather than writing it down, use the recording app on your phone. So sometimes if I can just kind of tell something big is going to be coming up, I will set my phone for that recording app. That's what it's open to. So then all I have to do is swipe up and enter the passcode, and it goes right to the recording part. And then so I have the next morning this mumbly kind of thing in the middle of the night that I have to try to discern what it was I actually said there. Most of the time I can figure it out. As we had talked about, I think it was last week, another thing you can do with your dreams when they're heavily encoded and you're like, what the hell does that mean? Is use that Gestalt technique that I talked about, where you draw a line down the middle of the page, and on the left side you list all of the aspects of the dream. So there was a very tall tree, it hung over the road, there was a fence that kept me on the road instead of wandering off through the grasses, I could see a cow in the distance. You just put out all the pieces of it, then you go back and you do the narrative as if you're that thing. I'm a tree. I've stood here for hundreds of years. I've seen people come and go. Just talk as if you're that thing. I'm a fence. I keep people out. I keep horses in. Whatever it is, whatever comes to your mind, write that down. Then you go back and you read the whole narrative, beginning to end. My preference is you read it out loud and you read it into the recorder on your phone. Then you go back and listening to that. Yes, the less you move around, the better off you're going to be. When we start moving around, again, like if you say, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom and then I'll come back and I'll write it down, there will have been atrophy. You will have lost some chunks. As best you can, if you can even take 2 minutes and speak as much of it as you can into your recorder, or even just jot down an outline of it, it'll capture something. Again, don't worry if you miss some pieces. If it's important enough, it's going to circle around again. My caveat to that is don't allow that to become your excuse for blowing it off, writing it down in the first place, okay? So, again, the way I look at dreams is they are our attempt, our subconscious mind's attempt to work things through on the sleeping level that we didn't work through during the day. Have you ever had that experience where you are wrestling with something, trying to figure out an answer? Could even be just as simple as a math problem. How many yards of fabric do I need for this thing, or whatever, and you're not quite figuring it out. You go to sleep. When you wake up, you have the answer, or you have the method to find the answer. That's what the dreams do for you. If you want someone to go crazy, deprive them of sleep. Sleep and dreaming is a huge part of our well-being. So it's good, and I'm kind of riffing all over the place here, but it's good to have wonderful sleep hygiene. And by that I mean you go to bed about the same time every day. You have a ritual that you go through that begins to cue your body. It's time for bed. So one for me is once I'm in bed, I always read. And I may not get too far. I might have a couple of pages in and then the book's hitting me in the face. But the reading cues my body. Oh yeah, it's time for sleep now. What's your ritual prior to going to bed? It can be, I'm putting on my pajamas, I'm brushing my teeth, I pet the dog, whatever your routine is. Stick with your routine. You may find that when you're traveling, it's harder to sleep because the routine's messed up. Keep as much of that routine as you possibly can, all right? waking up about the same time. The people who like to, I'm going to sleep in an extra 4 hours. Good morning, Mila. Glad you are here. I'm going to sleep in an extra 4 hours because it's the weekend. You can certainly do that, and once in a while it isn't going to be that big of a deal, but it can mess up the routine, the sleep routine, and then you're off for a while. So those are just some thoughts I have about the Dream Traveler card. But again, what the card is implying is that within the next little span of time, tonight particularly, there's going to be messages coming to you within your dreams. So you want to prep for that. You want to have paper and pencil by your bed, or your phone open to the recording app, and again, grab the little snippets. If you don't have the whole dream when you wake up, just grab whatever part you have, all right? So let's see what everybody gets. If you want to tomorrow come back to this recording and share what you got, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. So let's see what we get from our Dream Traveler. Have a wonderful Tuesday. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.